All right, welcome back to another Japan Book Hunter. And today, my fine friends, we're gonna take a look at some of the art that we have here in the Japan Book Hunter shop. All right, I have a bunch of art around the shop that I use just for decoration, and then I have a whole bunch of art in the kitchen that I have for sale, and stuff in the back room, stuff here, stuff there, but I thought I'd kind of give you guys a little bit of a tour. So not really art, but some of the Koichi Matsuda skateboards he did for Evisen, but he signed them, did illustrations on them. Also, at one point I met Shintaro Kago at an event, and he drew a picture of my dog, which is pretty sick. Mugi-chan! He also drew a picture of my son with a cat on his head, which I kind of now wish was a dog. This is a Daisuke Ichiba sign print. These were released by LCD out of France. And then my Kago Shintaro live painting that he did here in Koenji at a cafe. Amazing. I bought this off of a friend, and then he ran out, he moved offices, whatnot. I ended up with it. It's mine now. All mine, all mine. Draculaser the Homie, another Daisuke Ichiba original piece, and the homie Adabana Bloom, up and coming young artist who is amazing. This really isn't art, but oh, I just got this one recently. So this isn't original art, but this is 5 Kamimura Kazuo telephone cards, matted with a print from earlier this year, and I think this is an original signature at the top, but I have to have it verified. I have met his daughter before, so I will find out. I think these were limited to 50 silk screens by Matsuda Koichi again. The homie, it's signed and numbered, but unfortunately the sign and the number you can't see because the matting is so tight on there. It was just the way it turned out when the old man up the road framed it for me. Oh, Meat Canyon, Papa Meat. Sick. This is a signed Rock and Jelly Bean deck, and I just picked these up, limited to 130 only. Old Man Cho from Domu skateboard decks. These are gonna be worth a fortune one day. And always gotta show off the homie Johnny Ryan. If we hit up the kitchen here, got a few other awesome things. Ralph Osti, the homie, painted this for me. It's a bunch of yokai on power lines, and these power lines are mostly from around here in Koenji. He went around and took photos of Koenji power lines. And of course, the first appearance of Akira. There's no CGC, there's none of that grading shit here. We read our magazines. Sorry, dude. Yeah, we don't do grading here, we don't slab, we don't do anything like that in Japan, but because this is the first appearance of Akira in Young Magazine number 24, I had it framed by the rad old man up the road. This is a Sakurabashi Imiri original. He signed this little paper for me and then did a drawing for me at an art exhibition. So that's an awesome piece. And of course, Kensuke Kage. No, you cannot see that. What else do we got over here? So this is a Devilman Cell I bought at auction about 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago now. There's actually 2 of these in existence. This one and one where he's just slightly turned over this way. And I owned both of them because I bought them both from the owner who had framed them up all nice and stuff. One went to Europe, one stayed with me. Kago Shintaro Kago, of course the famous Eroguro mangaka and illustrator. This is an original drawing he did of some idol girls committing ritual seppuku like you do. Number 5 of 100 silk screened Kamimura Kazuo print that I got from a collector. This was probably from around 1977, 78, 79, in that range there. Very rare to find his original art and one of my favorite pieces in my collection. What else do we got here? We got the homie Illstrips drew a 100-eyed yokai monster for me, and this is an original Daisuke Ichiba illustration. Another one that I will never sell my friends unless you got cash money. Of course, every time a homie comes by the shop, I have to have them sign something for me. do a drawing for me, and I particularly collect shikishi boards. So in 2023, when Ed Piskor was out here with Jeff Darrow, they did these two pieces for me. Kensuke Kage did this for me when I bought that original piece of art over there. Aki Iguchi did this for me at a signing event. Of course, he's famous for designing a lot of the Kamen Rider Kaijin monsters. The homie, Draculaser, did this for me last year. And Satoshi Kon, this is signed by Satoshi Kon in 1998. Of course, he's passed away now, so this is invaluable. Kanafuro Taro and Hayami Jun Eroguro Master. This one right here, you cannot probably look at, but this is a signed Rockin' Jelly Bean poster. Keiko Kamen versus Cutie Honey, amazing. Daniel Warren Johnson. Transformers, The Moon is Following Us, you know. DWJ, he drew this for me before anyone knew this was gonna come out. So I think this is gonna be, the working title was Chainsaw Katana, so we'll see what happens with that. A Becky Cloonan piece. We have this dude that drew, he designed kaiju and kaijin for tokusatsu movies, and I cannot remember his name off the top of my head. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, sir. And then here also we have some more original pieces. Johnny Ryan, Fuck My Son, out in theaters now. Check it out, live action movie. It's gonna be insane. And then of course, signed Maeda Toshio, Matsuda Koichi Cocaine Bear, signed Yas, of course, Gundam fame, and a few other pieces here and there. And this is a signed Kojima Miyako piece. She lives up the road as well. So I run into her, and the king of all things tokusatsu, Norman, her husband, he's worked on so many Godzilla movies and just tokusatsu movies and horror movies as well. Was a writer for Fangoria, just a wonderful couple. They love horror. And last few pieces that I actually have more shikishi boards that I haven't displayed yet, I haven't hung yet, but they're in frames over there. But this is Gigi Murakami. Of course, she does horror manga out of the States. This is Masami Fukushima. This is a print, but this is his original signature from the late 90s. And then Riley and Dan, The Moon is Following Us, drew this for me when they were out here earlier this year. And then we went to Swallows baseball game, and it was amazing. Now we can take a look at some of the original manga pages, anime cells, and other artwork pieces that I have for sale up on JapanBookHunter.com. All right, now let's take a look at some of the artwork. Genga pages, you know, original manga pages, Doga, original anime pages, and a few cells and illustrations that we have up on JapanBookHunter.com. And there's a few things in here that I haven't put up yet, and there's probably a few things in here that I'm gonna keep for myself, but let's go through it anyways. I got 3 sets of Dirty Matsumoto original Genga manga pages recently, a set of 5, a big 2-page spread, another set of 5, which are all of these right here, which are amazing. Unfortunately, you know, I can't show Dirty Matsumoto. I mean, his name's Dirty Matsumoto. We cannot show most of it here on YouTube, but I can show you this. And you can see the amazing detail that he puts into all of his work, the butterfly. Maybe I can peel this back. The characters, the flowers, and of course, the juiciness. But yeah, I'll try to get these up on the website by the time that this video comes out. If not, they'll be up sometime next week. I also picked up a set of 5 Maeda Toshio originals from a one-shot that he did. But once again, probably not so safe for YouTube. But this page right here we can look at. It's amazing artwork, amazing detail. And this was during some of his peak years as a mangaka. And this one is not for sale, but you know, I figured I'd just say it here because I've mentioned it in the YouTube videos before. This month, actually this coming up weekend, I was supposed to go to a Hino Hideshi private event limited to 25 people. My friend who got the ticket for me, he had 5 original Genga pages, by Hino Hideshi. He gave me this one, which is not so horrifying, but it's still a Hino Hideshi original page. But why don't I show them to you? Thanks, homie. I don't know if you want me to give you a shout out or not, but thanks for the genga page. Unfortunately, Hino Hideshi got sick, and 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, he canceled the event. It was supposed to be him and a member of Ningen Isu, the punk rock band. I forget his name, Nobu? These are rad pages. Original Hino Hideshi pages are very, very hard to come by these days, but he is the master of body horror, and I thought I would show him off to you guys. So the initial plan was that I go out there, get these signed for the homie, get a manga signed for him, get my art book signed, get some other stuff that I have by Hino Hideshi signed as well, including like, you know, a header card for a My Lovely Monster figure and some manga and stuff like that. Plus, they were going to be selling merch out at that event, and he would sign any merch that you picked up. But unfortunately, that is not going to happen. Hopefully they reschedule the event, and hopefully we get a chance to meet the master of Japanese shoujo horror, body horror, Hino Hideshi. All right, what else do we have here? Let's get into these. Well, I have another Maeda Toshio. This is an illustration by Maeda Toshio. Weird. He drew that for me. That one's up on the website. And I have another one here in the back, which I probably can't show you, but it was an illustration that he did in Thailand for a women's kickboxing tournament, and it is a wild, wild illustration. You'll have to go to the website to see that one, my friends. Ooh, what do we got here? This is some original art by Matsuda Koichi. Of course, he's a mangaka for X Magazine, the underground manga magazine that pretty much, you know, took the place of Garo, like monthly manga Garo after Garo went out of business. And he's also an amazing illustrator, and he's a neighbor, which is why I have these. I know these are up on the website. This here is, oh, this is a Mizuki Shigeru bag from an exhibition that he held. I don't think we're selling that. What else do we have in here? Oh, this is pretty cool. These are some panels by Yokoyama Yuichi. So I had a couple of these panels framed for myself, and then I got a couple other panels to sell, which again, those are pretty cool. The way he draws is he draws each panel on sketch paper, and then he tapes them together. So one page could be 7, 8, 9, 10 little pieces of scrap paper all fused together to form a manga. And I don't know, I have a feeling that something in here is going to be inappropriate. Stan Sakai, Peach Momoko tie-up. This is from Comic-Con last year, 2024's Comic-Con, and they both signed it for me. That's signed by Peach, and that's signed by Stan Sakai. And I'll be seeing Peach next month at Tokyo Comic-Con. I mean, I'm sure she's gonna be there. And then Stan Sakai is in Japan at the moment, doing something down in Kyoto, I believe. So I'm assuming that he's staying around long enough to also attend Tokyo Comic-Con 2025. And I know Jim Mafu's gonna be out here, West Coast Dave Vengers is gonna be out here, and we're gonna have quite the crew this year. More Yokoyama Yuichi little sketches that he used to make his manga. This is Goro. Goro is an illustrator. And these are all, a lot of these are signed test prints. I don't know where the guy got these. So I bought these at a pop-up event from a guy I know, and I don't know where he got them from, but usually it's hard to find these test prints. They're mine now, and that's it for that box. These are definitely up on JapanBookHunter.com. All right, moving on. I have a couple of these file folders. Let's see what's inside of them. Frankie Sienna, Artist Frankie on Instagram, sent me 3 pieces of original art to decorate in the office. I just have to get them framed. And Frankie, I got you, my friend. I got frames recently. So what I do is I wait until I find rad frames at pop-up events, cheap, and then it costs me a lot less money to get stuff framed. This is a Shikishi board by Shingo Tsuchiya, who worked for Mizuki Shigeru and also did a lot of Edo manga. And this is a kazarimono, or a decoration for our office. That's an original Shintaro Kago piece. He was here a couple months ago. I think I mentioned that before in one of the videos, but signed a bunch of books for me, and then we kind of just talked about like doing something later on in the future, and one of the homies was here from the UK, and he's gonna do something with him, and dang, Kago can draw. But that is a Kago piece, and this one is up on the website. These are some just test pieces. Okay, here we go. Tsuchiya Shingo stuff. His newest manga, I should be getting some more in stock signed, but yeah, he has been pretty busy the last couple weeks because he put out a new collection of manga from the late 70s that he had taken out of magazines because he doesn't have a lot of the originals left. But he did have the magazines that they were put out in. He had them scanned, high quality scans, and then he had a friend of his clean them up, and then he compiled a book. I had about 5 or 6 copies of the book. I think we have 1 left in stock at the moment. And sorry, I wanted to show this one, but I had to hide. That is an amazing piece. And you can see that he did a lot of the backgrounds from Mizuki Shigeru because his backgrounds have so much detail in them. And then C3PO, amazing. Can I show this one? Can't show the old demon dong, but I can show the demon. No, can't show that. No, can't show that. Oh, this one I covered up. Can show this one. This is where they go windsurfing and Vader-sama shows up to cockblock this poor guy. And then the amazing Disco Girl. This is from the C3PO series, like one shot that he did. And then I think we could show this. Did you know there's more than one C3PO? These are a couple Atabana Bloom pieces that I have and love his art. I've been meaning to contact Atabana again and pick up some more original art because these are amazing. Very kind of Showa vibes / Heisei era vibes, but he always uses ladies as the focal point of his pieces. One of the pieces I have, he actually was in my neighborhood of Koenji, and that's where he got the background from, but this one was from a different location. All right, what do we have in here? I know what this is. So these are not original manga pages. These are all reproduction pages. So, and mostly Fist of the North Star stuff, but I did have this sticker pack of Dr. Slump stickers. Those are amazing. Probably from the early 80s, I'd say. Includes a postcard as well. So stickers, and I do not know what's on this postcard because I have never opened these and these are sealed. But these should be up. And I still have a bunch of Fist of the North Star reproduction pages from the exhibition. Yulia, but with no clothes on. Oh, there we go. Those are pretty cool pages. Oh, Maruo Suehiro. This is from an exhibition I went to in 2022. I remember because I was still working my salaryman job back then. Oh, more Maruo Suehiro. Those are great. Remember, these are reproduction pages, not original pages, but they're also pretty cheap. See, at this event, I remember specifically 50 people you could sign up if you bought stuff, and I bought about $1,500 worth of stuff, and you could sign up to a signing event where Suehiro Maruo would sign anything that you had bought at the exhibition. So I bought a bunch of these genga reproduction pages so I can have him sign them. Unfortunately, I lost the lotto to go. Too many people signed up. Yeah, I love these repro pages. Those are great. And this was one of my favorite exhibitions that I've ever been to in my life. Fist of the North Star, Kentaro Miura, Shiro Masamune. Those are the three, oh no, and also the Genga event by Otomo Katsuhiro. Those are the best events I've ever been to here in Japan. And finally, let's take a look at some of the boxed art cells, original art that I have here. All right, what do we have here? So I bought this piece for myself, but I don't have anywhere to hang it in the shop. So I think I am going to put it up on the website for sale. And this is Yamazaki Toru Yamazaki, who did, of course, Octopus Girl, which was translated into English. This is the direction that it goes in. This is the piece of glass piercing the face of this fine girl. But I don't know. I think I'm going to throw this up on the website and just see what happens. I got this at an event where I met him. He also did a shikishi board for me and signed some books for me. So I think I have enough stuff for my personal collection that I'm probably going to let this one go, my friends. And I don't know why this is in this box, but there's a reproduction Akira poster. I think I put it in there just so it wouldn't get damaged. It's about the same size. This, I totally forgot I had until I was digging in my kitchen through all my, so we don't cook here. The kitchen's only for art and t-shirts and stuff like that, but I got Kensuke Kage signed this and drew and signed this original shikishi board for me. I showed him pictures of all the shikishi boards, these art boards, Japanese style art boards that I decorate our shop with. And he drew this one for me because I bought 2 pieces of artwork for him. One of them I sold to a fine customer in Europe. And the other one is this one right here. And I also already have one Kensuke Kage piece. So, and I love the piece that I have up on the wall right over here. So I think I'm going to put this one up on the website as well. Have to see what I paid for it and price accordingly. But I met Kensuke Kage. He is an older gentleman now, and he is not going to be able to draw like this for long. And he's slowly over the last few years, I know because I've been to 2 of his art exhibitions, and every time I go to live auctions, in-person auctions, some of the Tsukikage stuff is up there. And I know he's kind of slowly liquidating a lot of his manga covers, splash pages, and original pages. These guys aren't going to be around forever, my friends. And speaking of Maruo Suehiro, who we were talking about earlier, I picked this up at that same event. You know what it was? It was in 2022. It was the beginning of 2023, and I remember it was wintertime. And this is a signed Midori print, number 4 of 100. So you're not going to find a lot of those around. Still debating whether to keep this or to sell it, but I still have the COA for it, certificate of authenticity, postcard from the event, little sticker that they threw in for me. So we shall see. It might be up on the website by the time this video comes out. Oh, Kasuma Shiro. Kasuma Shiro, of course, is famous for his Shibari and Ero manga, as well as illustrations for SM Fan or SM Mirage or many, many SM magazines. And this piece I thought was a great piece, not because like a lot of his stuff is pretty savage, you know what I mean? It's like ropes and stuff like that. Whereas this piece I thought had like a nice light touch and it's got that nice 70s vibe to it. And I bought this at auction as well, so I might have a COA in here in the back. And it might be signed on the back. I'd have to pop the frame to see. But that is a Kasuma Shiro piece, and a couple more here, and we will get out of here. Not an original piece, but this, here, let's look at the frame first, because the frame is so cool. Signed Kago Shintaro, girl praying with skeleton popping out of her head. It's wild. But the cool thing about this is there was only 12 of these printed. This was for an art exhibition at a gallery here in central Tokyo, not far from Shibuya. 12 of 12. I think I got the last one that they had, and I just thought that the colors matched the frame so well that I wanted to pick it up. But I also have 2 original Kago Shintaro art pieces, plus a drawing of my son, plus a drawing of my dog that he did for me. So this one is up on JapanBookHunter.com. And I have some Gegege no Kitaro stuff. And I think I have a Doraemon piece as well, but here I'll show you just this one. Neko Musume, of course, one of my favorite characters from Gegege no Kitaro. Nezumi Otoko, Meidama Oyaji, and of course, Kitaro. But this is a rad piece and definitely up on the site, as well as a couple others. I think this one is Baba, of course, framed. These I got as a set at auction. Sells, right? And this one is my second favorite character from Gegege no Kitaro. Nezumi Otoko. Again, if you're interested in any of this stuff, JapanBookHunter.com is where we sell our artwork, manga, art books, vintage magazines, manga magazines, etc. Of course, we're over there on Instagram, JapanBookHunter, Patreon. $5 a month, you get early access to our drops that we do on YouTube. You get to cherry pick all the good books, all the good stuff that we put up. You get it first, plus an exclusive video every week. And if you don't like using Patreon, then hop on over to our YouTube members only club, where you can join there and get an exclusive video a week and support us in our endeavor to get all of this rad stuff out to you guys. Not just selling, archiving, curating, just, letting people know what we have here in Japan that maybe most of you around the world don't get to see. And until next time, my 5 friends, mata ne.